Alright everybody, I wanted to go over the late game Tower of Corruption. There's a few key players that you do actually need for this that really help significantly. And then there's some interchangeable players. I'm going to go over the two main characters that I think that are absolutely 100% needed. And that's going to be a blue Tamuz. Tamuz is there for his A2 ability, which absorbs 15% of the HP from all other units on the field. And reduces his own skill cooldowns by 2%, but cannot absorb 200% of Tamuz's attack. Now, from what I've kind of gathered, it is not affected by your team's HP. It is only affected by the enemy's team. Alright, so whenever I was in there, I was putting the buffs in there, and then I practiced. I took one buff on that was HP, and then I took it off. It actually did not raise damage whatsoever. But the attack value does. So I'll show you what I did with attack values. Tamuz, how I usually like to run Tamuz is Tamuz will be a big heavy hitter. I'm looking for mostly crit rate. I got the crit rate on him. I'll probably move him around later because I do want to get crit rate, crit damage because he really doesn't need all this damage. He is over 100% crit rate, and that is just to avoid the tenacity of the enemies. As you can see here, it's 120% crit rate. I would like to up that crit damage to go ahead and attempt to get other skills up. Also, crit damage does not affect skill 2 at all either. But the one thing that does affect it crit damage wise is a Game of Suffering. When you're looking at a Game of Suffering, you're going to want crit chance and attack minimum. I put HP on it. I'm going to end up changing that out for more of a crit damage later on down the line. Or speed. One of the two. That way that I can get him to move faster and stuff like that. But Tamuz, he is a big heavy hitter due to that A2 ability, that S2 ability. Which here, you know, it does significant damage because it's based off of HP. He does have to be the blue one because the blue one you're actually looking at, it does not absorb your allies' HP. I guess if you had the red one, I haven't tested it, it would be able to get your HP plus their HP. So I'll go ahead and I'll test that out here a little later. But I just wanted to make sure Game of Suffering with attack and crit chance, you want him to crit hit because you do have that Game of Suffering. Attack. And let me go ahead and go to the next biggest person. It's going to be Kayla. Kayla is a big time 100% need in the end game of the tower. I really don't have anything on her too well. She's really there for a stun, right? So I do have her where she has her effect rate really high. As you can see, 61% there. And then when we actually go and look at her stats overall, her effect hit is 172%. And which is crazy high. The one thing that I do recommend, which you really need on her, is her alchemy needs to be able to be utilized on the enemy. And the reason that it needs to be utilized on an enemy is because this will actually stun one unit 100% of the time, while you use her A1 or her A3 to go ahead and attempt to stun a second time. I am still testing some things out because I was looking at her stuff and it says if it critically hits, there's a chance to stun. I do have her crit decently high, and then I also have some more crit in a crit buff in the actual tower. But I don't see it too crazy big of a difference. You know, 40% is just 40%, but that does actually really help. The rest of the people are kind of interchangeable. I have my people very fast. I usually run the dancer, Serylith in there, and the only reason I'm running her, I'm not going for the charm so much, but I am going for the passive of the 15% increased damage. Alright, and then I am using Drogon as a tank. You can have anybody in there. I plan on eventually swapping in my Donabanu to see if I can go ahead and get these guys a little bit easier, a little bit quicker to kill. And see how I can get that going. And then lastly, whenever I do look at it, I am going to use Patrick. And the only reason I'm using Patrick is because let's say if I do get hit a little bit, Patrick's passive is just, it's really insane and really good. He's not fully maxed out yet, but with his passive, I'm able to reduce a lot of damage. Right, so whenever I've got him on, I use Gwenadel because Gwenadel gives him 40% HP boost. So we'll go ahead here. I'll actually show you the polymorph. As you can see, that is not her. The polymorph gives him 40% HP. And that is big because of his passive here. When he's on the field, he gives everybody a magic shield equal to 20% of his HP. Which, now I'm thinking it's not really necessary because a magic shield only stops magic damage, right? So if it's a physical damage dealer, it's not going to protect anything. So I may end up swapping him out for somebody else here eventually, but I do want to go ahead and go over one of these with you. And Tower of Corruption. And I'm way up here. I'm in number 1. There are a few certain things that you need to do whenever you're looking at this. There's a few rotations that I like to show a few people. So what I want you to look at here is definitely not auto. You could see she went ahead and just did some weird attack, and I think she used her little her throwing of alchemy that stunned her automatically, 100% chance. And then I'm gonna go ahead and try to get the backline. I wasn't able to get the backline. That's all right. I cannot use his S2 here because his S2 will kill the bomb guy, and the bomb guy does a fatal thing that kills my whole team. All right. So I am going to go ahead and sit here. Now, I use Astri in the back. I'm sorry, I don't use Patrick. I use Astri in the back, which is Ryger. Alright, and the reason I use him is because in this situation, like right here, we can see Magnus is about to attack. But if I use her A3 on Magnus, he'll actually skip his turn. So he was silenced, he skipped his turn. Nice and easy. Now I can actually come through and do a nice little jazzy thing, and watch, I'm about to take them all out. Except for, oh yeah, all of them dead. Boom. Nice easy win. That is the easy rotation for that. I'll go ahead and I will show you my buffs that I have currently, which I might be changing out. As you can see, it's all attack up. And I'll actually show you. I can take this off here. On this next round, once I win this next round, it's the same 2 teams over and over again. So you're going to run the same strategy over and over again. As you can see here, we got Donahue. Go right on in here. Alright, in this instance, you're really looking to get Donahue out or stunned because he will really mess you up. Alright, so my instant stun on Donahue the whole time. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and try to stun these guys. Now for this team, I go ahead and I just use my A2 and I kill most of them. Alright, so Kayla died over there. She can do some mighty damage. My Astri is fast enough that I can go ahead and just silence the ogre chick. I forget her name. But I could silence her, and I'll just go ahead and take her down. I stun her because she actually, the biggest thing with her is if she kills somebody, she keeps attacking and attacking and attacking and attacking and attacking. So you want to kind of keep her down. And at this point, it's pretty much over. As you can already see, you know, she's permanently stunned now from Kayla. We're just going to keep laying in the hate. Tamaz comes through. Bam. Nice big bad boy. Tamaz actually uses an Undying set, which, let me see here. I'll just grab that so that you guys can see a difference. I'll just do something real fast. Just to show you that attack is what increases that damage overall. It's going to be the, I'm going to have to wait until after this one because it's going to be the bomb guy. See, exactly. So we know this rotation already. It's going to be, you know, stun the Magnus. A3. So here, just bam. Try to get her down as low as we can because she's the one that's going to hurt. Then we're going to go ahead and stun Magnus here. 3 at the front. Oh, see, I messed up. Watch what's about to happen. I'm about to die. I missed the rotation and I died for it because I was talking too fast and moving too fast. Alright, so I'm going to go in here, go ahead and break her. Alright, now we're down to her. We're going to go ahead and make sure Magnus is stunned. See right there, watch, skip her turn. I get hit with the delayed bomb, which is perfectly fine. It's not going to kill everybody, you know what I mean? So we're going to go ahead and try to get her down. Beta bomb comes through, and we survive. I do want to be able to show that it's a decent... I just used all them gold coins. It's alright, I'll show you. I'm about to make them all right back. Alright. Here I'm actually going to go in. I'm going to use Tamuz's A2. I'm going to back out. I'm going to get rid of that attack 7.5% so that you can see the difference. Alright, now watch what the total damage is. We're looking at 1.625 mil. 1.625. Come back in. I'm actually going to win it this time. Doing the same exact things. $1.585. You can see there's a slight difference, but that 40 to 50,000, you know, it's a decent little bit, you know. So as we come back through here, he's about to die. Perma stun to death. Dead. Alright, and then something that I would like to show everybody is I'm actually going to grab this back. Alright, so as you're going through this, right, you're getting these yellow boxes. And what I like to show people is you can actually sell these boxes for the gold lions, which is the main currency. So what you do is you go ahead and go to your bag, you go to the little sell icon there, and you know, off of those little stages right there, I just got a little over 1,000. Which is a nice little way to go ahead and get these little gold lions and keep it up. And then go ahead and turn it over for, you know, the turnite or whatever you want, or if you want to buy things. If you're going to buy things, what I would recommend is in the shop. There's a few things I'm gonna go ahead and show you. Always try to go for the scroll, the books. The books are significant resource. But another thing that I would say to go for is the Cold Expedition Pack. Alright, and you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll buy like 3 of them for you real fast. And I'll show you exactly why I say to go for those. I'll go ahead and fight that in just a second. But let's say, you know, I got 30. I only spent a little bit this time, but off of 30, I'm able to get, you know, 230 gold lions back. I got 441 of the Scroll of Ferocity, and I got books, and I got summons, right? So it gives you a little bit of everything. So if I were to come back here, I'll go to my bag, and then I can actually sell some of those items back, get a little bit back. So I got about 400 back by spending 2,700, but I got all those books back, and that was the big kicker. That was the biggest thing. If there's anything else, just let me know. Have a good day.